PA Aguilar. Okay, sorry. Alright, so now. Hello everyone, welcome back to youtube.com/MargoCamaya. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. So for today's episode of my vlog series, I will be doing a bookshelf tour. So we're just gonna concentrate on one bookshelf. I have a couple more. So in the next few episodes, we will be featuring those bookshelves. Alright. So why am I so excited about this bookshelf? This particular bookshelf because it's brand new. I bought it through Shopee. It's an online shopping app. Okay, I'm not paid by Shopee, but I just love that app. Never had a problem in the past year that I've been using it. So I bought a lot of books through them, and now my biggest, it's the biggest purchase that I made is this bookshelf. It's from a store called Sangyang. It's a Philippine store located in Manila. So it took them about almost 2 weeks to have it delivered. So the cost of the bookshelf is about 2,800 plus delivery. So overall budget was around 3,400 to 3,500. Not bad. When they delivered it, it was in the box. It was dismantled. So when it came on Saturday, we had to assemble it. It took us about an hour to assemble this bookshelf. So it's an open bookshelf. It's not your usual bookshelf. I wanted to try this out because my other bookshelf, it's the typical bookshelf, right? So I'll be featuring that soon, right? So in this particular bookshelf of mine, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Actually, there's a top shelf, but I'm planning, or I placed some plants on it, and then my wooden what do you call this, wooden plate, nameplate. So there are 4 shelves. So we will be going through all 4 shelves, and I'd like to share with you the books that I bought. I would say about 60% of the books that are displayed on this shelf, I purchased it in the past year during the quarantine here in Cebu. Actually, we're still under quarantine. So because it was purchased through the quarantine, they're all online. I bought them online through booksellers in Filipino book groups, the Manila International Book Fair, and then various university bookstores as well. So if you go through my video list, I've featured some of them in past episodes, especially those books that I purchased through Shopee. I really love Shopee. I hope Shopee doesn't change, even the couriers. So far, so good. No issues, I like the other app, which is Lazada. Okay, anyway. First layer, alright? So, when we go to the first layer, or before we go to the first layer, this is a mixture of Filipiniana books as well as international books. There's still a lot of books in my plastic bins, but the ones that I'm showing here are my most loved, maybe not most loved, but I think my interest, my current interests are focused on this particular book topics, right? So we'll start with the first layer. So come closer. Alright, so let's see what the books are on the first layer or first shelf. Okay, first shelf, obviously it's all Philippine books, all about history, culture, and the arts. Okay, so first, if you can see, for this type of bookshelf, because it is an open one, what I would suggest is that if you have coffee table books or big books like this, you can place it at on the edges so that it would not fall off. Because if it's a smaller book, tendency is that it would slide out. So that's why I placed my my coffee table books, or those books that are, what do you call this, wider, so wide books, right? You'll also notice that as we move from top to the bottom, this the width, I would say the width becomes wider as well, right? Okay, all right. So let's see. So we have here, I bought this from UST, Of War and Peace by Regalado Trota Jose, all about church bells. So I used this particular book or reference it in one of my articles in thevisualtraveler.net. So you can check that website as well for more Philippine history topics. Okay? And then, okay, let's see. Right. So now I'm a little bit fascinated about church history, Philippine church history, and the various collections that they hold. So I bought this as well, gold and silver collection from the San Agustin Museum. So because museums are still closed because of COVID-19, we can just look at pictures. Okay. And then a very eminent historian, a Jesuit priest who died in, I think, early 70s, Father Horacio de la Costa. So readings, Philippine readings, or readings in Philippine history. He's very well known for this. Okay, let's see. Another book about San Agustin. Okay, this was published in Hong Kong. I bought it in one of my book clubs or book groups in Facebook. Right, and then of course Vebal. I'm not very happy with you right now. I'm still waiting for 2 book orders. 4 books total. It's been more than 2 months, but I've been collecting a lot of Vebal books, so I hope you have it delivered already. I've spent thousands in your online store. So I have there more Hispanic than we admit, more Pinay, more Islamic. So I'm waiting for the more Chinoy book and other coffee table books from Vebal. So please, Vebal, improve your customer service or delivery service, right? All right. And then finally, if you can come a little bit closer to my friend, my videographer friend, the most coveted author in Philippine book collection, Nick Joaquin. So there are a lot of Nick Joaquin books right now have been republished by Anvil. So most of my collections are from Anvil, but there are tons of Nick Joaquin books out there, and it's so hard to find them. And because they are hard to find, they are very expensive if you buy them from booksellers. So I'm very lucky that I was able to purchase this in Intramuros. I forgot which store I bought it. And then of course Manila, my Manila. I was so lucky that I got it for just 500 pesos. But yeah, age showing. But Nick Joaquin, right? And then what else? Oh, okay, Tomas Pinpin. I featured this as well a few videos ago, right? So a lot of church history, and of course here a little about art, right? Okay, so those are what's found on the first layer. So now we'll go to the second layer of the bookshelf. So it's a little bit eclectic compared to the first layer, because the first layer you can actually see a pattern. Second layer, it's a little bit eclectic because of, I don't know, space. But it's mostly food, 16th century Filipinos, and a little bit about 19th century history and stuff, but mostly around food, right? So let's start off with this. I think featured this in an earlier video post by Files Prudente Santa Maria, 1521 to 1935, period pieces and culinary vignettes. So I really recommend this book. How I wish I bought the hardbound instead of the softbound book, no? But again, it shows that how I've been reading it a lot, but I'm still thinking if I would cover it in plastic. There are pros and cons about covering your books in plastic. Most of my books, or some of my books, are covered in plastic, but we'll get into that later on. These two books are travelogues. I call them travelogues about colonial Spain, 19th century colonial Spain. I referenced this in a couple of my blog posts, so check out thevisualtraveler.net. And then this is about colonial Manila during the American period. Right? Another author that I highly recommend, especially if you love reading about Philippine food, is Claude Tayag. So here, A Culinary Journey by Claude Tayag. I bought this in National Bookstore. Very, very cheap. Alright, and then another one that he has is the Linamnam book. Okay, we'll get into that later on. Let's see. Oops. Just need to be very careful about that. Okay, so this is the second book that I have by Claude Tayag and his wife, Mary Ann. Okay. So if you notice, I still have some space. I just placed my label maker here. Just to help out in fixing the books, or to put the books in place. Right, next I would recommend is, of course, the Boxer Codex, right? Followed by another collectible author in Filipiniana collection, William Henry Scott. Okay. What else? Let's see. Second layer. Oh, I see another collectible author, and I'm so glad that a lot of her books are now available. Is Doreen Fernandez. Doreen Gamboa Fernandez. Here. This is her article. I have several of hers. Because of the different sizes of the books, I couldn't have them in one area, no. I also have another of her books here, Fruits of the Philippines. What else? Here, Feasts and Feats for Doreen G. Fernandez, made by her friends. I have another book of hers, Kinilaw. I can't remember where I placed it. I think it's on my other bookshelf, so I'll feature that next time, right? What else? Gilda Cordero, right? Fernando, who recently passed, no, a couple of months ago. Right here, a lot of another travelogue, another American, The Philippines and Roundabout. This is just a new purchase by George John Young husband. See here. Okay, let me fix this here so that all my Gilda Cordero books are fixed. Okay, and then recent acquisition, Kaina, RPD publication, again by Phyllis Prudente Santa Maria, illustrated by Mariel Ilagan Garcia. What's nice about this is, instead of photographs, it's really illustrations of Philippine food, no? Pancit palabok, pancit canton. If you're Kapampangan, like half Kapampangan like me, Cocina Filipina, I bought this in Bookmark, their online bookstore. Culinary Gems Farm, Old Pampanga. A must collect. Less than 1,000 pesos. I think it's about 600 to 700. Alright, and this one came from UST. I bought it from UST. This is the soft-bound version. They also have the hard-bound. Unfortunately, the soft-bound, it's already the, what do you call this? The pastes, the book paste or binding is, I just bought this like last month, and look what happened. Alright. So maybe if you, this book I highly recommend. But if you want to use it a lot or read it, I would recommend the hardbound version. So I don't know, maybe in the future I'll buy the hardbound version instead. Alright, so that's the second layer. Okay. Ta-da! So I still have some more space. I'm still waiting for more books. Some of the book orders that I made, right? So now we'll go to the third layer. Alright, let's see. Oh, can I do this? Alright, so third layer, again, half of it is Filipiniana collection. This is the Kasaysayan. There's actually 10 volumes. But the rest, the 5 volumes are back in my parents' house. So I just brought the editions that I particularly specialize in. The colonial period, Spanish and the American period. So this is Kasaysayan, much coveted again. I think it runs in about 8,000 to 10,000 the entire set. So hoping that I could buy another set. Let's see, right? I hope that Reader's Digest republishes it in a more friendly price. I think in 2016, Book Sale actually sold sets of these for 2,000 pesos. But my dad got this set as a gift, which we are very lucky, and privileged to have, right? Casa Gorordo, so my collection of some Cebu authors are here. Cebu history. Jaime Laya, also a collectible author for Philippine history, particularly Spanish period, right? These are first hand accounts, but translated into English. Pedro Chirino, Society of Jesus, or Jesuit. He was a missionary that was sent here during the late 1500s, early 1600s. So 2 volumes of his. Santo Niño History by Father Pedro Galende. Okay, and then my love this Kasaysayan in a long time ago. I also featured them in previous video posts. Alright, let's see. Last one for my Philippine collection on this bookshelf. Let's just be careful. This one is okay. Philippine Heritage Homes by Jaime C. Laya, Maria Cristina Turalba, and Martin Tino. Hard to find book now, even though it was Anvil who published it, and you can't purchase it anymore in National Bookstore, right? So those are my Filipiniana collection. Now we go to 1/3 off on the third level. Eric Larson. I love Eric Larson for bibliographies. Deadwick. So these are American history, and The Devil in the White City. Right? And as you can see, my Harry Potter illustrated editions. Sorcerer's Stone. So for those who are Harry Potter fans, okay, you have here Sorcerer's Stone. Okay, Chamber of Secrets. Yeah. Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay. And Goblet of Fire. So those are the latest. So we're still waiting for book 5, 6, and 7. Okay. I also have 2 books that I recommend. Mapping the World. I bought this in a Big Bad Wolf book sale when they used to come here. Right? And then, so just to show you what it looks like inside. Right? History of map making or mapping the world. How maps dictate, And then Smithsonian with DK Publishing, Great Maps. Okay. Books that change history. I actually featured this as well in a previous video post. For a future post, I will be talking about Assassin's Creed. So those who are fans of Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna share this with you. Finally, we go to the last shelf or layer, the bottom part, the fourth one. A lot of DK books, you know, the eyewitness guides. Okay, so different versions. I have my favorite Kings and Queens by Plantagenet Somerset Fry. Okay. My art books, which were gifts. I actually featured them. It was like an unboxing. Right. My last video of the year. Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Sherlock Holmes. This for those who are interested in detective stories, and as well as, you know, Africa, Alexander McCall Smith, the Ladies Detective Agency. So I love the series. Okay. And finally, some more books. So wine. All about wine and my cheese book. Right. Okay. So, you know, maybe in the future, I'm thinking of, I don't know, maybe rearranging them again. But so far, this is what this bookshelf has. And because we are living in the Philippines, you have to clean this up, dust it off, you know, almost every day if you want to take care of the books. But again, Philippines, humidity, the heat, the dryness, depending on the book quality, sometimes it damages the books. You know, you see the yellowing of the pages. Maybe you cannot save that unless you have a temperature controlled place. But anyway, thanks for watching. Again, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and maybe comment. You know, if you have any comments or thoughts that you'd like to share, please don't forget to do that. And then watch for my past videos and for my future videos. So thank you, everyone. My name is Margo, and I'll see you on my next episode. Thank you. Bye.